All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Luna Fires episode 3 from wherever you are. I trust that you're doing amazing. I'm actually here on headquarters, Modesto, California, on our offices. So I got 4 that I want to share with you, okay? 4 Luna Fires. And I'm going to go ahead and get started. So if you're just barely getting connected, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Facebook. Welcome, Instagram. Welcome, YouTube. Let me know. Go ahead and let me know if you're actually liking these Luna Fires, because what is a Luna Fire for the people that don't know? What it is life experiences on a daily basis that are happening on the moment. In other words, master mega ninja tips, epiphany moments, real life experiences that we're going to get to share so that we can add you value. So Luna Fire number 1, let's get started. You know, I see a lot of people, and this happened to me this morning as I was reading my book. That a lot of people read, or a lot of people actually attend to courses or things like that, and they just accumulate information. And one of the things that I want to tell you, okay, this happened to me this morning as I was reading my book. That it popped into my head because I was actually doing what the book was saying. And that immediately triggered to the Luna Fire number 1. Learn, apply, and be consistent. Listen to what I said. Learn, apply, and be consistent. The Luna Fires actually started 3 days ago because of something that I read from the book. So, don't just accumulate information. Make sure that you're applying it. Now, this morning, guess what? I started playing with Instagram. I started actually showing a little bit more about, doing videos. So if you actually go ahead and see my stories on Instagram, you'll realize that, one of the things that I do is if I'm going to read, if I'm going to attend a course, if I'm going to watch a webinar, is because I'm going to grab 1 or 2 things of the items that I take away, and I immediately going to put it into practice. Are you a believer of the same thing? Leave me a message down below. Leave me a message down below. Why? I believe that if you were to grab 1 or 2 things every time that you read something that it's going to empower you, or from a webinar that you attended, or from a course that you took, guess what? Can you imagine the level of growth that you're going to experience? So that was, Luna Fire number 1. Luna Fire number 2. It's better to make mistakes by taking action than by being inactive. In other words, I prefer to make mistakes along the way by activity than not making mistakes because I was not willing to take the shot, right? So anyways, that's Luna Fire number 2. Luna Fire number 3, ladies and gentlemen, build your future. And I grabbed this from one of the beautiful, extraordinary ways that Mr. Jeff Bezos actually how Mr. Jeff Bezos thinks. So build your future, okay? Take the time. Have you heard about the phrase that says that the best way to create or predict your future is by creating it? Well, guess what? Build your future, and then build your team, and then go back to continue building that future that you started to begin with. Mr. Jeff Bezos said something so powerful that I was hearing him the other day. He said, that he loves what he does. He says, that he took a vacation, and somehow, after being, a few days into the vacation, he wanted it to come back because that's how much he loves what he does. And the interviewer said, what is it that you do? He says, I get to work on the future. I get to work 5 years out, 10 years out. And it's interesting. And that's why I actually took, the Luna Fire number 3. It's today hit me. It's like, what is so true? When you're working for yourself or in business for yourself, you got to build your future, and then you got to build a team that is going to help you, to continue with that future. But then you got to go back and continue working in that future. Anyways, that's Luna Fire number 3, and then Luna Fire number 4. Okay, if you're a consumer and you're not an investor, you will literally die broke. And what do I mean by this? A lot of people, they just consume. They either consume phones, consume computers, consume desks, consume everything, but they're not being investors in what they consume. In other words, you know, if you are consuming a house because you're renting it, or consuming an apartment because you're renting it, eventually you got to become an investor of that building. If you're consuming a phone, eventually you should, look into investing into, the market or the company or the stock. Does it make sense? The reality is this. It hit me because I was thinking, you know what? We consume so much, but how many of us, the consumers, were truly, honestly investors? Because if we don't invest, in our lifetime, we will always, always, always have to work for the money that we're making. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but at one point, you got to start thinking about not only just consuming, but also investing. And that was the Luna Fire number 4. Leave me a message down below. Those are the 4 Luna Fires that I got for you, for today. And let me know, what is your Luna Fire? What is your epiphany moment? What is your life experience? Leave me a message, all right? Virtual hug, and always remember that you're one real estate deal away from changing whatever is it that you're seeking out, to the future. Thank you very much. Get to see you next time.